The scene opens with the CEO's 8-year-old daughter stepping out of a private school, surrounded by chaos, paparazzi, angry protesters holding signs against her mother, and a shadowy figure watching from across the street. The camera pans to a tall, quiet man in black who calmly lifts the little girl into his arms, shielding her. His steely eyes scan the crowd, every move calculated, military, too sharp for a normal bodyguard. Back at the mansion, the mother watches the news, overwhelmed by threats from corporate rivals. She's relieved knowing her daughter is safe, unaware that the man she hired to protect her child is the same wounded soldier she pulled from burning wreckage 10 years ago in a war-torn country, back when she was just a volunteer doctor, not a billionaire CEO. And he remembers her. But he keeps his secret buried, until the day he must risk everything to protect her child and repay the life she once saved. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, comment, share with someone who needs hope today. Subscribe our channel Kindness Talks for more real-life inspired emotional stories. The morning air was thick with tension at the Hartman estate. Olivia Hartman, 38, CEO of a billion-dollar security and tech conglomerate, stood before the glass wall of her office, sipping her fourth black coffee of the day. Her eyes, sharp yet tired, watched her daughter Mia playing in the garden below, twirling in a pink dress, blissfully unaware of the dangers lurking behind the walls of wealth and power. 2 days earlier, Olivia had received her third anonymous death threat in a month. And this one was specific. It mentioned her daughter by name. That was when Olivia stopped taking chances. She called the agency she trusted with her company's most sensitive data and asked for the best. Someone discreet, military trained, unshakable. Someone who'd take a bullet before letting her get a scratch, she told the director over the phone. And that's how Logan Reed walked into their lives. He was quiet when he arrived, towering, muscular, with cold blue eyes that had seen war and worse. He wore no expression, just focus. But the moment he saw little Mia hiding behind her mother's leg, something in him softened for the briefest second. Mia, curious as always, peeked out. "Are you my new babysitter?" "No," Olivia said before Logan could speak. "He's your bodyguard. He's here to keep you safe." Logan knelt to Mia's eye level. "You can call me Logan. And don't worry, I'm really good at my job." Mia gave a tiny nod. "Can you fight ninjas?" Logan almost smiled. "I've seen a few." That night, after tucking Mia in, Olivia found herself watching Logan from the window as he made rounds around the house. She didn't know why, but something about him unsettled her, not in fear, but in familiarity. His walk, the scar on his left hand, his silence. It stirred something from a decade ago, a dusty, buried memory. But she brushed it off. She didn't know that Logan had recognized her the moment she opened the door. 10 years ago, on the bloody border of a collapsed nation, a young volunteer medic had crawled through fire and bullets to pull him out of a flaming transport truck. She hadn't even waited to be thanked. She had stopped his bleeding, saved his life, whispered that he was going to live, and then vanished into the chaos. He had never forgotten her face. And now, she didn't recognize him. Over the next week, Logan became a silent shadow to Mia. He walked her to school, guarded the car, watched the perimeter like a hawk. Olivia noticed how Mia laughed more with him, how she started eating better, sleeping better, how Logan taught her how to stay calm, how to defend herself gently, even how to tie a secure knot, just in case. One afternoon, Olivia caught them playing in the yard, Logan pretending to be a monster while Mia climbed up the jungle gym. She smiled. Maybe, for once, she had hired someone who was more than muscle. Maybe this man was someone she could trust not just with her daughter, but with her own heart, which she had locked away since Mia's father left them. But danger was closer than she thought. One night, Logan intercepted a suspicious message on the estate's surveillance grid, a code he recognized from his military days. It meant one thing. They were being watched, and whoever was watching had access to Olivia's private systems. Logan's old instincts kicked in. He had to prepare. He needed to secure the estate, identify the threat, and protect the girl. But above all, he had to do it without revealing the truth that the woman he was protecting had already saved his life once. And this time, He would return the favor, no matter the cost. A storm was coming, and not just in the sky. Logan could feel it in his bones. 2 nights after the intercepted code, Logan stood guard at the edge of the Hartman Estate's back courtyard. Olivia had insisted he sleep inside, but Logan never rested, not when the threat was this close. He noticed something strange. One of the motion sensor lights in the west corridor wasn't blinking. He moved in, and then he heard it. A muffled click. A back door opening. He raced toward Mia's room. Seconds later, alarms blared. Olivia woke up to Logan's voice in her earpiece. "Keep the lights off. Grab Mia. Do not open the door unless I say your name." Gunshots echoed through the hallway as Logan engaged the intruders. 3 men, masked, trained, silent. But they hadn't expected him. He moved like a ghost, one down with a kick to the throat, the other disarmed and knocked cold. The last one ran, but Logan tackled him into the fountain. They fought underwater until Logan emerged, dragging the man unconscious. Sirens howled in the distance. Security response was finally arriving. Inside, Olivia clutched Mia, trembling. Her heart shattered seeing her daughter cry. When Logan opened the door, blood on his shirt, bruises on his jaw, but calm, she broke down. She ran to him. "Are you okay?" He nodded. "They're gone. For now." But Olivia had had enough. That night, after putting Mia to sleep, she demanded answers. "Who are you, really?" she asked. "You're not just a bodyguard. You move like someone trained for war." Logan hesitated. He looked at her for a long time. Then he sat down and told her the truth about the war, the ambush, the day he almost died, the medic who crawled into fire to save him, the woman who didn't even give her name. He took out a dog tag from his bag, burned, blackened. "She whispered something to me before the medics pulled us apart. You're going to live. The world still needs you." I never forgot it. Olivia's hand trembled as she took the tag. She remembered. "Oh my God," she whispered. "It was you." Tears welled in her eyes. "I never knew what happened to you." "I did," Logan said gently. "I followed your story. I saw you on the cover of Forbes years later. I knew I owed you my life. And now you've saved my daughters," she said softly, voice breaking. They sat in silence, the storm outside finally pouring. And something shifted between them. Not love yet, but the beginning of something deeper. Respect. Gratitude. Redemption. Days passed. The threat was dealt with. Security was tightened. And Logan remained, not as just a bodyguard now, but as part of their family. Mia held his hand like a father. Olivia looked at him like a second chance. And Logan, the man who thought he had nothing left to give, found a home in the house of the woman who once saved him, and whom he now loved in silence. But maybe, just maybe, not for long.